Hi there, Project SoulShine. What's up? All right, so I'm doing a quick live. I'm jumping on because I was just inspired by a question in our chat from Crystal. Hello, girlfriend. She was saying she feels like she's in a funk with this Mercury Retrograde and probably the solar flares, right? Like the cat has her tongue. She doesn't feel inspired to make posts. Doesn't feel like interacting with people. What do we do when we get like this? I try to honor where I'm at, but when you are building an online business, do you feel it might hurt your business to go quiet for a bit? Okay, so let's just start out by saying, you know, there are so many different opinions and different viewpoints on this, okay? There are so many ways you could go, and depending on who you ask, you're probably gonna get a different opinion. So what I'm going to say is this. We have been building this tribe, right, and this company with the intention that things are going to be a bit different, that we have set it up so that there isn't sort of this high pressure environment, isn't high pressure requirements. And so there's that. We're trying to do this differently, where we're working from our spirit, we're working from our intuition, we're working from our higher selves, and trying to honor all of those things and really, you know, be on this journey where we're at and honoring where we're at. And that's the idea. And all of us are going to have different goals, different visions. All of us are going to have different ways we go about it. That is simply because that's where we're at in our journey. That's what we're doing. That's what we're choosing to do. So if you're feeling this way, I mean, yes, let's acknowledge that the universal energy right now is a little crazy, and that's probably not going to stop until April 15th. But can we necessarily completely take a break and not do anything until April 15th? Here's the question. Like, here's where we have to ask ourselves these questions. Because this stuff is real. Some people may not believe in the energetic shifts and the retrograde and all that. I do, and I think all of us here do. So we want to honor and be prepared for when these are coming, when this time is coming, when these energetic shifts are happening. And there are different things you can do. Many of you might have rituals, you might have crystals, you might say blessings, you might have candle lighting, you might have special ceremonies, anything that you can do. And I do believe we do need to take some resting and nurturing time during these solar flares, during these retrograde, during these times when our energies are off. Absolutely, because does it affect the way we show up in our business? Yes. Does it affect the way we show up on our live streams? Yes. There are days when I have not gone live at night and done my angel card readings because I felt off or I felt depleted or drained, and I knew I would not show up as my best self. So those things are all for real, and we need to honor that and work that into our daily schedule or our daily intention. Because I feel like we all should be, if you're running a business, there needs to be some sort of plan. You need to have some sort of strategy on a daily basis, or if you want to call it setting an intention every single day, some sort of an intention. And that may mean doing that on Sunday and setting your intention for the week. That might mean setting a daily intention early in the morning so that you're prepared and focused. I find that if we try to wing it and go by the seat of our pants, that really just kind of contributes to feeling overwhelmed and confused and stressed. So I wouldn't recommend that. But you don't have to be like, you know, again, it doesn't have to be a high pressure activity where you have to be super, super micromanaged either. Do what works for you, but have an idea of what you're doing. Have an idea of where you want to go. So I'm going to step back a little bit because now I'm getting ahead of myself. So when you're feeling this way, right? One of the things I would suggest, these are just tips from me. You can absolutely do what works for you. I'm just going to recommend, this is sort of my process at times. Number one is I'm going to journal. I'm going to write down, I'm going to be super honest with myself and get super clear, take some meditative time and write down, where is this coming from? Where is the fear coming from? Where is the overwhelm coming from? Where is the feeling of yuck and just not wanting to have any energy and not wanting to interact? Where is that coming from? What's the source? Because there are all different things, and it could be all the above, but there's the universal energy. Maybe it's an upper limit problem, which is when you're moving forward quickly and you're being asked to up level to a greater place of leadership, or stretch your comfort zone, or get out there, that's resistance. Sometimes us feeling sick, and yes, I'm honoring you, Crystal, because I know you and I both have Epstein-Barr, Lyme, thyroid issues, all that. So I'm honoring that, and I'm saying I know that plays a factor, and we have to be super, super mindful of if you're dealing with chronic illness and things like that. Totally get it. So putting that aside for a second though, sometimes when we're up leveling in our lives, be it our business or anything else, there's resistance, and resistance can come in the form of illness or symptom flares. It can come in the form of just overwhelm, anxiety, really reading too much into things, and just, or sometimes it even happens like all of a sudden we'll get a flat tire, right? Like just some bullshit thing will happen to just get in our way. That's like a hassle problem, right? Or we're always late for something, or, you know, we find ourselves just really always chasing our tail. Sometimes that's called an upper limit problem. I would suggest reading the book, The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. That is a great book that talks about this very thing. It's a super easy read, and it's enlightening. It was eye-opening for me. And that's not to say, like I said, that anyone's not dealing with illness, not dealing with stuff, and it's not real. Not saying you're imagining it. I am saying, though, it can be magnified to a greater degree when we're going through this. So is it that? Is it that, yes, you have some sort of a physical issue with health that needs to be addressed? Is your self-care not enough of a priority, and you need to look at that, and then you need to address that? Is it that you have just lingering blocks, lingering limiting beliefs that are still coming up? I'm not good enough. Who's going to listen to me? Can I do this? Can I be the leader that I'm trying to be? Am I going to be able to lead this tribe? Am I going to be able to take care of my customers and my tribe and my clients the way I need to? All these things stem from self-worth, stem from issues that we haven't completely processed or dealt with, or that are still lingering. And that's going to happen. We're human. These traumas that we've been through, this is no joke. And we don't just unravel them and then we're done. That's it, magic. It's a constant thing. We need to keep up with it all of the time, and it's going to come back, and we need to find ways to deal with that when it does. And that's part of what we're doing at Volo. This is the gift. We are actually doing this work for ourselves as well as our customers. We are breaking down these limiting beliefs, these toxic patterns, finding out what the deal is, and then just kind of neutralizing it. So number one, I would suggest really going deep and thinking, where is this coming from? And writing it down. There's something about writing out your problems, or this could be in the form of journaling with your angels, journaling with spirit. Where is this coming from? What do I need to know? What are my spirit guides trying to tell me? And write down what comes to your mind immediately. Just don't even think about it or second guess it. Just go from the heart, go from the gut, and start to read it. And that kind of like neutralizes the severity of it, neutralizes the intensity of how you feel. And when you call it out, sometimes it doesn't even look so bad. Sometimes you realize it's bullshit. It's a bullshit story that you're telling yourself, or it's an old programming that's coming back up, trying to bring you back to your comfort zone. It's your ego force, okay? Or it's saying, hey, you need to take better care of yourself right now. So take the time to deliberately schedule some self-care. Doesn't mean you have to disappear for weeks, but it could mean a self-care day. That's what it could mean. Taking a bath, lighting some candles, taking an extra nap, having some, healthy herbal tea, whatever that means for whatever your meditation, yoga, whatever it means for you, do that ritual. And then number two, after you get to the, really journal and get to the source and try to really work that out, ask yourself, look at all of this now, look at what are my priorities? Like, what are the priorities? Number two is look what you've got going on. Look at all that's trying to get your attention. And then ask yourself, is this true for me? Is this true? Is it a true priority? What are all the things that are trying to get my attention? Have I overextended myself? Do I have too much going on? Where do I need to start putting up some boundaries? Where do I need to say no? Where do I need to say yes? And what are the actual priorities that need to get done? And if you're not sure how to really determine that, which are the real priorities, then I would say look at my number 3 that I do is, what is my vision? What is my vision for my life? What is my vision for my business? what is my vision for my financial life, my health, my family, my Volo business? What is my vision? And journal that out. Start to go a little deeper with your own vision if you haven't already. If you don't have one at all, I would highly recommend doing this. This is going to be the first step when I come out with our training website. This is going to be number 1. Exercise. What is your vision? Because without this, it's hard to not let overwhelm set in. It's hard to not get demotivated. It's hard not to let other things really compete for our attention when we're not clear on what it is that we want and why we want it. So when you look at your priorities or everything that's grabbing at your attention, look at your vision and say, is this putting me one step closer towards my vision or one step away? And then you can determine whether or not that's a true priority, because everything that you do, the actions that you take, the decisions that you make should be putting you closer to that vision. And it's not just all about Volo. Your vision is all inclusive of your life. Volo is a part of that, and you have to decide how that's going to work into your vision and what you want to achieve and accomplish with it. How is Volo going to be your vehicle for accomplishing X? How is it going to better your life or make you closer to your vision? And then decide what that means to you. It's going to be different for all of us. Okay, so is this priority in alignment with my vision? If it is, then it can still remain a priority. If it's not, then it needs to be either postponed or taken away or outsourced to somebody else. Okay, so break down all of your priorities. Break it down. Is this part of my vision? Is it aligned? If not, can I outsource this? Can I postpone it? Or can I eliminate it? And be very, very guarded with your time. Your time is your most precious resource. You can't get it back. Money's money, things are things, and whatever, activities are activities. Your time is the one thing that you can't get back, so I want you all to be very, very guarded and careful and deliberate with how you spend your time, okay? And be in alignment. This business is about being in alignment, okay? But can we totally stop what we're doing? That's not completely. My motto for this type of situation is rest, don't quit. Can you rest? Yes. Can you quit? No, because then you will lose that momentum. You will have to build, and it's just for your own sake. You're going to have to build again from scratch. You're going to have to duplicate your efforts. And why do that to yourself when you've put in such hard work and such heart and such effort already and done such beautiful things? And if you've been building a tribe like Crystal, you've done some amazing things. You don't want to have to go back and duplicate that effort again. But can you put boundaries in place? Can you put expectations in place with your tribe and with your customers? Absolutely. Absolutely. So, really just go ahead and break that down and ask yourself those questions. The next thing is create that plan. Now that you know what your vision is, you've neutralized the intense emotions around the overwhelm or around being stuck or around feeling bummed out. Then you can create a new plan. What plan is going to be in alignment with who I am, what my vision is, what my priorities, where I'm going, and what I want to do, what fires me up. And create a new plan and strategy from there. Create a new daily method of operation that goes to that. If you're taking a rest from your business, then what are the minimum things that I need to do every day? We all have a minimum, right? We've all got a minimum. There's what my old mentor used to call this 0-level marketing. That meant when she was sick or she had other things going on, it was her bare minimum operation, which was to communicate with her audience somehow, whether it was a post or a video or something like that. And it was to create some sort of and that meant creating some sort of content. That means a post or a video or or an email if you have a list. And then it was still networking. Even if she didn't feel like it, she made a point to network, meet some new people and connect, because building your business means building your network. And she would email with her current customers, just keep in touch. That was it. That takes all of a half hour tops. And that's it. Then she would rest. So know that you can have that minimum method of operation that you can do on these days when you're feeling bummed out or feeling low energy or low vibe. So you need to find, that space, that balance between being in alignment and having your business building. So then the last thing I would suggest is do something different. Take a pattern interrupt, break it up. Do some exercise if you need to raise your vibes. There's nothing like exercise or just listening to a motivating podcast, a motivating video, or laughing your butt off, something even funny. Laugh, like just watch something that cracks you up. Call a friend that you can go to in these times. Do something to raise that vibe. You all know what to do. This is part of what we're coaching on with Volo, right? Do a ritual, get your crystals, get your angel cards, talk to your spirit guides, whatever it is to raise that vibe. And then, of course, if it comes down to physical health, your health is a priority. None of this works. Your vision will not come to pass, will not come to fruition, will not come to life if your physical health is compromised. Or if it does come to fruition, you're not going to be able to enjoy it because you're going to be feeling compromised. You're not going to be able to show up as your authentic, true, and really super powerful self. You're not going to be making your magic if your health is depleted. Okay, so, or if your mind is very cluttered and just very, very full. So try these things, try these steps, and it's just time to keep making those shifts. Be flexible that when your vision might change or your priorities might change or your day might change, especially for moms. I mean, you can't always have a complete plan. Be flexible and willing to pivot and shift, but shift according to what you're aligned with. Always have that question, what's my vision? What do I really want? Why do I want it? And does this put me one step closer to that or one step farther away? So I hope this really helps. Let me know if you have any questions. That's what I'm here for. I am your ultimate, I am the coach on this tribe. So that's what I'm here for, is to kind of be able to pull you out, of that, that little, sometimes that downward spiral or that mud pit. If you feel like you're getting stuck in there, that's the job of, and this tribe too. Know that this is a collaborative effort. This is one of the things. We are not lone wolves in this pack. So lean on some of the people in your downline. Lean on your coaches in your tribe. Lean on me or some of the other coaches, some of the other tribe members, and say, hey, can you help me out with this? I'm stuck. I need some inspiration for a post, or I'm just feeling yucky. Jen, can you talk to Misty today for me? Whatever it is, be willing to just treat this as a brother and sisterhood, as a family. So if one person in the family is not feeling at their best, then the other members of the family come in and take over, right? And we run interference. It takes a village. So let's think of it this way. It takes a village. So lean on each other. Speak your truth. Sometimes we're not always going to be super high vibe and we're not going to be super on top of it. And that's okay. That's real life. And we don't want to be perfect. We don't want our customers or our other tribe members to think we're all perfect, because that's not achievable and that's not sustainable and that's not going to be motivating to build this business and to really step out as the leaders and the coaches that we want to be. So, that's it. That's it, my friends. I hope this was helpful. Comment below if you have any questions or need clarification, or if this was helpful to you in any way. Share it with your tribe members if you think they need to hear this today. And let's just deep breath, deep cleansing breaths, and nurture ourselves, nurture our tribes, and do this in a way that is in alignment with who we are and where we're going and what we want, because that's what's going to make us unique. That's what's going to make us really build something special that is going to change our lives and change the lives of others, and is going to really be something that will leave its mark on this planet, which is what we want. So with that, I will see you soon. I'm actually going to go out for a quick walk to breathe in some fresh oxygen for myself, maybe try to get a little exercise, and I need this too. So let's rock, or let's rest, whatever it is for that day. I love you all, and we're here together in spirit. We are here as one collective tribe to lift each other up and to get through the peaks and the valleys that is life, that is entrepreneurship, and we can do this. So I will see you soon. Take care.